What's up, everybody? All 0 people that are on here at the beginning of this live stream. So we got a 5 o'clock Mountain Time, 6 o'clock Central live stream planned here to go over a few things. And I'm just hopping on a couple minutes early to get the party started. Use the chat box.
Did you tell anyone we were doing this, or was this a surprise?
I scheduled it and it put it out there.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
maybe somebody saw it.
I don't know, man. We just made this up as we're going. Type in the chat box who you are and where you're from. I would love to hear that.
Oh,
somebody got a notification. Oscar what's
loves
up? That's right.
Loves surprises.
I got an I'm here Facebook user. And we are live on YouTube. I'm checking. See, there we are. Look at that. All right. Robert is here. What's up, man?
Vancouver Island. Sweet.
What'd you say?
Vancouver Island. That's nice.
Yep. Bob from Salt Lake City got a notification. Look at that. See, it worked, Neil.
It worked. It worked.
You know, we don't do too many things right, but when we do it right, we do it right. So anyway.
We surprise even ourselves, yes.
Ryan's here. Matt's here. Kurt, Tanika. What's up, Lady Carpenter? Good to see you. Robert Collins. I'm just looking at the names in the Facebook thing here, the Facebook Live, since it doesn't show me their names here. Willowbrook Builders. Matt is here. What's up, Matt Moore? And others will be trickling in here. So anyway, guys, we're wrapping up the week. Pushing through the whistle or through the finish line of the Monday through Friday. And we wanted to end just kind of talking a little bit about what we have coming up at our Mile High Profit Summit in September, which will actually be the last Mile High Profit Summit. And it's funny, Neil, because we posted it's going to be the last one, and then all the conspiracy theories started coming out. That this is a big marketing ploy or something. It's not. We're just done.
I appreciate that you all think I'm that smart, but or that I've thought that far in advance.
No. What's that?
No, just done.
Yeah, just done. We're done, and not sure what's next. We'll figure something out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But anyway, this is the 4th year, 4th and final year of Mile High.
4 is a nice even number.
It is a nice even number.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say it's a nice way to end. And and it's not that we don't love the event. I mean, when we're there, we love the event.
Yeah.
It's just people don't see all that goes into putting this thing on, and it's become a life of its own. So we're gonna regroup and come up with plan. What are we on? F, G, H at this point? Something like that.
Something like that. I don't know what it is, but Eric, it's the final one. Eric, final Mile High, and it's going to be a great one. It's kind of like, Neil, where when you have a client that says, why is it $55,000? It's just a hallway bathroom, right? They don't see all the things that go into the project, all the things that have to be, communicated and done right, and all the work that's hidden under the finishes and all those different things. And, not like this is a sob story, because it's not meant to be that at all. Like, oh, poor you guys, but it's truly a 9-month event for us guys. It's a couple days in Denver, but it's 9 months for the fight team. And, I think one of the things that we always have to be mindful of as business owners, any of us, is, the pressure you're putting on your team with things and burnout and all these other things. So Eric says, so you're just a GC. I get it. Yep. So again, nothing's necessarily wrong or broken. We just feel like it's time. So,
and we want to do something different. Like, you know, I realize not all of you have been to every single event, but we have,
Yeah.
and we're easily bored. So
Mhm.
we've kind of, you know, we want to do something new and fresh, and don't know what that is, don't know when that is.
Yep.
Um, don't know, you know, I think Mark Bunker's on here. I see him here in the Facebook group. He accused me of being of like he was one of the conspiracy theorists that accused me of you know, it was some marketing plan, some grand marketing plan, and it's not. Although Mark, I will say, always take advantage of a good crisis. So uh we will be letting you know this is the last one early
Yeah.
and often. But that wasn't the it wasn't, you know, hey, what's a good marketing angle for this? Oh, let's make it the last one.
Mm-mm.
It's the other way around. It's hey, it's the last one, so we'll use that as part of the marketing. But there you go, little peek behind the curtain.
So, guys, yes or no, wherever you're watching this, yes or no, have you been to one of our events? Just a yes or no. Just plug it in. Just curious. How many haven't really? You know, so I don't know, we'll be somewhere around what, 500-600 people this year, something like that.
Yeah, Mile High specifically, or any event.
Mile High, I should have said that. So
Yeah,
we got some yeses flying in there. We got a couple no's. And so I guess we should talk about what is Mile High Profit Summit for those that don't know. Those that are catching the replay at 2 a.m. when they're up with the baby and they're rocking the kid to
Eric is in
sleep.
Colorado and he hasn't been. Come on, Eric, it's right down
Eric,
the road. I gotta fly all the way from Chicago. You can just drive over.
Eric, what town are you in? Curious. Anyway, Mile High. So guys, many years ago, 4 years ago to be exact, you know, I woke up, I said, I think we need to do an event. You know, it'd been a while. Oh, you're in Junction. All right, cool. Awesome. I think I knew that from seeing you online. But anyway, you know, we just figured, you know, we have such a strong community in the contractor fight, and we had really done nothing of substance to pull everybody together. So we said, let's put on this event in Denver and see what happens. And it sold out like crazy fast. I remember I was traveling with my wife. We were somewhere, and we have a notification on our Slack channel that every time somebody bought a ticket, when we opened them up, you remember that, Neil? It would ding.
Yep.
And my
Yep.
phone, I had to silence the thing because the dings were going that crazy. That when we opened up the tickets, and within, I think, a couple days, didn't we sell out pretty much the whole event at the early bird pricing in a couple days or something?
It was more than a couple days, but yes, it was at early bird pricing. We never went to
Yeah.
full price the first year because
Yep.
we sold out the last day of early bird pricing.
That's
And
right.
I was behind the scenes. I was panicking because I never dreamed we were going to sell that many before early bird ended. So I'd never confirmed how many people the room would hold. So I'm back behind the scenes freaking out, wondering, we just sold X number of tickets, and are all these people going to fit in the room? And so I finally, I've just had to pick. I couldn't get a hold of anybody because, you know, throughout the day of the final day, it was just kind of trickling in. But then at like 5, 6, 7 at night, it just took off for 4 or 5 hours straight. We sold, I think we sold 150 tickets in one night, something like that.
Yeah, something crazy. I
And
think we had,
so I
yeah.
panicked and pulled the plug because I had no idea.
Oh, well, that was quite the event, and everyone's sense had its own special twist to it. Things that we have going on. But guys, listen, there's nothing like being in the room with other like-minded people who are working on the same things as you are to get better. And it's not what I've found, and we're going to share the screen here in a few minutes and show you what's going on, you know, for the main event and the VIP package. But I have personally found that the most impact I get from an event is not necessarily the things that happen on the stage. It's the conversations I'm having. You know, I'm grabbing lunch with somebody I didn't know, and they say one thing that just opens up, the heavens for ideas or a problem to solve or whatever. And so, it's really easy for us to just be online and be in our little bubbles on social media and not connect with other human beings. But guys, there's so much power when you get in the room. So I want to encourage you to, seriously consider joining us in Denver this fall. You got plenty of time to make it happen, and get your tickets. And, if you want to save some money, get the early bird, right? That's how it works. So,
right.
And
if you want to get the full experience, grab the VIPs. Not many of those left now.
And James is on here. James is one of our coaches. Just said Nick Sammons and I are getting ready to be in one of those rooms together in the next hour because we got a little meetup going on. In Arkansas? Is that where it's going on? Yeah.
Yes.
Northwest Arkansas.
I think
and
so.
I know it's really not pronounced Arkansas, guys. Okay. Just like when I'm shooting YouTube videos, Neil, and I go, yeah, you hand out 5 door hangers to 10 homes around the neighborhood. And I look at Logan who's filming. I go, what's 5 times 10? 50? Right. And everyone's like, this guy can't even do math. It's so anyway.
It's comic relief. I get it. I think it's hysterical.
That's right. Yeah. I'm trying to whatever. All right. So the main event, let's talk about that for a minute. 2 days, right?
Yes. September 20 and 21.
September 20 and 21. Let me share the screen here. How's that? Let's do that. I think you got to hit that button. Then you hit that button. Then I
can't help you.
This button and then this button. Then I hit share. And now you should see
Woo-hoo. It worked.
And there's a delay on my iPad, so I'm not sure what you see.
Just popped up on my phone.
There it is. Okay. Oh, we could still see us. See, I could just see the screen that I'm sharing. But guys, this whole event this year is about becoming a profit-making machine and scaling your business the right way. We are all about profit here in the Contractor Fight. And listen, does you no good to sell a bunch of revenue if you ain't keeping money. You don't have money for your tax bill and for all the other things that you want to do in your life. And so we're super excited here. Let me pull up the schedule and show you guys what's going on here. So, Neil, I'll scroll if you want to talk. How's that?
Oh, I narrate. Awesome. So, we're starting out Thursday, the evening before, with a welcome reception and check-in. So if you get there early, we are going to have drinks and some snacks, and you can grab your badges and let us know you're there. Meet the fight team, and start meeting other FWs there in the convention space. So we're going to get started Thursday night because we are starting bright and shiny Friday morning. So you really need
this. What?
You're going to have to fly in on Thursday. Well, somebody's up at 6:30. I'm not sure I'm going to be, but somebody's going to be up at 6:30.
Well, you'll be up. You're just probably not doing the workout. But anyway.
I will not be there with doing morning movement with Yoda. So every year at Mile High, we have Chris Dwyer come in and do some yoga and meditation and stretching and things with everyone in the morning. And I know that might sound a little off-brand, but trust me, it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
It's combat yoga. So Yep. So we're kicking off bright and early with that. For those that didn't make it the night before, we're going to have check-in again on Friday morning. And then VIPs this year, this one's different. VIPs this year are getting breakfast. So if you got a VIP ticket, we got a room separate from where everything else is at, a room separate that we're going to have breakfast for all the VIPs and vendors and us on Friday morning. And then we're kicking it off 9:00 Friday morning with you. What are you going to do? What am I going to do? Oh, you'll see.
Yeah.
I'll probably keep my shirt on. So
you don't know yet, huh?
I know that much. So
yeah, you have no idea yet. Okay.
Yeah.
And then 9:30, major mystery speaker.
You meant what am I doing for my talk?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep up here, man. I have it planned. Trust me. It's a one of the, what I believe, secret ingredients to growing and scaling a profitable business that you're not thinking of is
All
what
right.
I'm going to come out of the gate with, but I'm not going to tell you what it
Okay.
is now. You got to be in the room, man.
Of
So,
course.
well,
And
what's up with
then
this here?
after you,
Is
we
this
got a
who I,
mystery
is
speaker.
this who I think it is? And we're just waiting
It-
on a signature.
We're still working on a contract for that speaker. So as soon as all the dots and
Yep.
slashes and all that are filled out, until we have all that, we don't want to tell everyone who it is. So that is a mystery, remain a mystery from all. It probably is a dude, just judging from the profile there. I'm going to
Yeah,
go with a dude.
I can see that. Yeah.
But that's about all I can say
Okay.
at this moment until
this
that. But
moment
we
in
should have
time.
that. I think next week we'll announce who that is.
Cool.
And then we got our own Yoda talking about an unstoppable you.
Yeah, you know, so much of what we do in the fight, you guys, is between the ears. For those that don't know, the contractor fight was named because the fight is the 6 inches between your ears. And Yoda has been an integral part of not only my personal life and development, but also what's going on in this business and the company and with so many of our members in our communities and members of our team have worked with him. And he's that's why we call him Yoda, right? The nickname came one night. Him and I were having a beer in an Irish bar, and he was Yoda-ing me. And
There's got to be a punchline in there somewhere.
well, what's funny is the bar we were sitting in is on the west side of Colorado Springs called Alchemy. And we were sitting at the bar having a cold one. And as he's counseling me, I'm looking at him and he's kind of leaning against the wall. And right above his head in the bar, hanging on the wall, is what? Anyone know? Anyone? I can't see the chat right now, so I don't know if anyone's answering.
No one has answered that I can see. No.
It was a picture of Yoda. How about that? And it was just like, it was a sign that this was his new nickname. So anyway, Yoda's going to bring some good stuff there. Then we're going to break for lunch.
And everybody gets lunch this year, which I think we did last year as well. Oh, Craig got it, but he's after. He just popped up with picture of Yoda. So
all right, that's all right.
I guess we could trust that he typed that in before you said it.
I trust him, man. He's got no reason to BS us.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So everybody's getting lunch this year again. So VIP ticket and standard ticket, you're going to get lunch. And then we come back from lunch and we're going to have a panel of FWs talking about implementation.
Yes. And this will be powerful because you'll hear some stories and some conversation around, different approaches that people took to implementing the things that they're learning in the fight and the concepts that we teach. And, you're not going to be preached at. They're just going to be sharing a story and answering some questions and some things like that. And then from there, we roll into celebrating you. That is when we recognize some of our outstanding community members and we give a few awards out. I'm actually excited to give one award this year that no one will see coming in any way, shape, or form, but I'm excited.
I didn't see it coming.
You didn't see it coming. And
no, I didn't see it coming.
But when you pull back and connect the dots, you're like, yeah, makes sense.
That makes sense. Mm-hmm.
So
that makes sense. So another mystery. That one we're not going to tell you unless you're in the room. So no, because
this next one here, Neil, is kind of unique. We make it a little bigger here. Linda Alvarado. What's so special about this lady?
What's so special about her? She built this little tiny construction company in Denver, Colorado. She's a commercial contractor. She owns part of the Colorado Rockies. I was reading up on it. I think you're gonna be interviewing her on stage, so you'll have to ask her. But I think she is the one that actually got tasked with going out and putting the group together of everyone of the initial owners of the Rockies.
Yep.
And the cool thing is she built the hotel we're going to be staying at.
The hotel of the event she built.
Yep.
How cool is that?
Yep.
And
Yep.
and guys, I want to draw your attention. There's something on the screen here. It says one of the first women to own a baseball franchise. But check this out. When she was rejected for a laborer position because she was a woman, she left that with a chip on her shoulder and basically said, I'm going to stick it to you guys, and built a massive construction company.
Started her own construction
And
company. Yeah.
and so I think
It's
she
a pretty
knows.
amazing story.
Yeah, she knows a little bit about scaling, I would guess, and growing.
Yep.
And then that night we walk out the doors, right? Am I getting this right? See, guys, Neil plans this thing. I just kind of show up. So
That's why I thought I should be here.
Yeah, good job. So what happens? She's done. We close out for the day. We walk out of the room and
going straight to the networking event. Right there. We're going to have more drinks, more food, and get that over right out of the gate. So you guys can, this year, we didn't even mention, but we're downtown Denver this year. We're at the Hyatt in downtown Denver. So unlike in all the years past where we've kind of been out in the middle of nowhere, and if you wanted to go get something to eat, you had to get an Uber or walk for a mile. This year, you're going to walk out the door of the hotel and you're going to have options galore. So we're going to do the networking party earlier, get that wrapped up, and then you can head out and explore downtown Denver, grab some new friends, and have dinner.
There you go. And that's, again, what we said earlier, guys. That's where a lot of the magic happens. So we didn't want to capitalize this whole first night with a bunch of things for you to do. You wanted you to have some conversations, get to know some people, build some relationships. And then hopefully you don't stay out too late and get crazy because Saturday morning,
6:30 comes fast.
We're at it again.
Yep.
And let me hide that thing. That's annoying. Let me make this a little bigger still for people. There you go. Boom. So same routine with the breakfast, the morning movement. Then, guys, we jump right in to our breakout sessions. We have two or three sections, right?
Three. We have 3 rooms and 3 sessions.
There you go. So breakout 1, you can choose to go to any of these. You got our very own Aaron Harshaw is really going to dig in to one of the things he's strong at, and that's building a strong company culture, guys. If you don't have a strong culture, an intentional culture, we like to call it, then you're not going to grow. All right. And if you do grow, you're going to grow a circus, a shit show, instead of the company that you want. And he's going to share his journey through how he has developed an incredible culture that is impacted, how he recruits, how they retain, and how they profit in their business. You can also go and check out Derek Johnson. This one, man, is pretty crazy, Neil, because Derek has this ability to bring a Southern charm to the client experience like no other. I guess you could put it that way. And guys, the profit that Derek makes, how he makes his competition irrelevant when it comes time to sell a project, so many other things. It's all rooted in him making his clients feel like they're truly the most important people in the world. And, that last sentence there couldn't be more true. From transparency to fanatical communication, learn his tricks to process, which result in higher margins, 20% more Google reviews than anybody else. And guys, reviews is the name of the game. He is adding so much value to his customers. They can't wait to cut him a check. And, for twice the amount. Carolyn Crow Means, what is she doing, man?
She's going to be talking about diversifying your business with maintenance plans. So this is actually something we've been seeing talk about here inside of Battleground recently. I've seen some people asking about maintenance plans and starting them. Carolyn's going to talk about how to do that, how to market it, how to charge for it, and then, of course, being the lawyer, she's going to tell you how to protect yourself with it too, I'm sure. So
that's right. Guys, yes or no in the chat box. Do you have a maintenance plan right now? I'm just curious. Do you have any sort of recurring revenue model that you're working in your contracting business? Just a yes or no. And I can't see the chat, by the way.
I'll
Thanks, man.
I'll let you know.
All right.
I got you.
All right. I know you got me. So the next breakout sessions.
Let's see. We got 2 whole answers. We got no and yes.
All
So
right. Well, there you go.
50-50.
Hey,
Evidently, the poll is 50-50.
What's happening here with the next sessions?
Oh, we got some more coming in now. So
All
yes, right. No. I see more no's than yeses. So hopefully that'll be a hit then.
There you go.
Yeah. And then the next sessions, we got our own Anthony Abbott also talking about hiring your first employee. We hear this a lot. Is like, who do I hire? I'm getting ready to hire. I've never hired anybody before. Who do I hire? How do I hire them?
Mm-hmm.
Where do I start? And that's what Anthony's going to be addressing.
Good stuff there. Again, guys, you can't grow without people, right? And so even if you've hired people before and had bad luck, it doesn't have to be your first employee. He's going to share some great takeaways. Guys, Anthony, if you don't know, went from 300 grand a year to 2.7 in 12 months at a 50% gross profit. Then the next year climbed again to 3.4. All right. And he knows a little something about building a team and rallying the troops. All right. So yes or no in the chat box. You ever shown a profit on paper, but you ain't got no money in the bank?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
As it says here, making a 50% gross profit doesn't automatically guarantee a profitable business. Let me give you guys an example of this. And Gina, our bookkeeping coach, is going to share, a lot about how to make sense of the numbers and the financial inputs that are going to affect your bottom line. But an example of this is I remember coaching one of these pond guys, these water feature guys many years ago. Neil, he wasn't pulling a 50% gross profit. He was pulling a 70% gross profit.
Yeah. On
but
one job.
But he still had no money.
Yeah.
Why
is that?
So we dug in.
I bet Gina will be able to tell him.
Yep. Pretty much.
Hey, Mark here says that I should be doing a talk called How to Fire Your Painter.
You are an expert at that. So
yes. Yes.
Those that don't know, I used to be one of Neil's subs, but now he works for me. So
yeah,
there you go.
At least we let him think that.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. All right, cool. Then Micah Miller is going to talk about lessons of scaling. It took him 4 years to go from 1.8 to 5.1 in sales. He is going to break down every little thing and analyze every bit of what his company did and the processes. And guys, he's got a hell of a story, and we're blessed to have him, like our other coaches, to be one of our coaches here in the fight. And just what I love about Micah is he's number one, he's thorough, but I think he does a good job of keeping things simple for people. He doesn't overcomplicate a lot of the concepts. He might take them deeper for himself, but when he communicates, it's crazy. I was talking to somebody about him earlier today, actually, Neil, that they couldn't believe that he hardly spent any money on marketing to do this leap in growth as well. Guys, he did, 5 point whatever last year. He's going to probably do 6 this year, and he might spend $100,000 in marketing, and it's mostly his content team. Okay. So he's going to dig in.
He still is the only salesman, correct? He hasn't hired a salesman.
Still the only sales guy other than his crew leaders doing some upsells here and there. So,
right. But he's gonna melt your brain.
Yeah. I was just trying to soften the blow.
Well, he just thinks at a whole different level. It's just, especially when it comes to these systems kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna, but he'll make it simple for you. But he's gonna melt your brain. Yeah.
There you go. Which isn't always bad. Then our third round, Tim Catroni. Anybody ever wonder how you keep your sanity and stay off the therapy couch because you're working with your family? Well, Neil, you work with family.
Ever tell you I had to fire my wife?
Yes.
Ask me how that went.
Yes or no in the chat box.
That makes for a great home life.
Have you ever had to fire your spouse?
Yeah. Yeah.
But Tim's got a great journey. He's got like 6,900 grandkids now or something like that. It's crazy. I don't know what it is,
Something
but
like that.
he's knee deep in a multi-million-dollar family business, you guys. And knowing Tim, he is going to bring some absolute nuggets to this session of how to make it all work at home, because your family's your family, business is the business, and how do you blend the two, how do you turn it off, and all those other things. He's going to dig into a lot of that, communicating at deeper levels or in ways that your other family members, they get the point, right? Like, hey, I love you, you're my son, spouse, whatever it is, but this is the job. And getting everybody on the same page, I think it requires a little extra finessing when it's family, and Tim is the guy for that. Oh, look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this. No way.
That'll be an empty room.
Wow. Neil's going to talk.
Yep.
So as it says
what's
here,
he going to talk about?
On my right hand for over a decade. What are you going to be talking about, Neil?
Trying to create a straight line from a ball of string.
Just get a cat.
So yeah, let's get a cat. Yep. I have one, metaphorically speaking.
Metaphorically.
Yes. So basically, I'm going to give you kind of a peek behind the curtain of the fight, and what I've been doing for the last, what is it now, year and a half, something
almost
like that.
2 years. Yeah.
Yeah, year and a half, 2 years. By the time I do this, it'll be over 2 years.
Yep.
What I've been doing behind the scenes and how we're trying to create, because we used to be that kind of small, scrappy, there were only a handful of us, throw it against the wall, see what works kind of company.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's a lot more people, a lot more customers. So there's just a lot. So we're trying to take some of that. I guess we use the word chaos in there. So I can say some of that chaos out of it and create some order and some long-term planning. And that's what I'm going to be talking about.
Yeah, guys, listen, we, like Neil said, we came out of the gate with the fight, producing crazy amounts of content, started putting events on, coaching people, had a lot of things flying around, and it was chaotic because you do what you know to do, right? You're in that hustle and grind stage as a business. And then we all reach a point in the business where that's not sustainable. And what got you to a certain point isn't going to get you to the next point. And I woke up one day, I was working out. I remember I was in Arizona and I had my vest on, my weighted vest, and I was out cruising along, and I called Neil and I said, I think I want to move to the founder and you to be the CEO. Because guys, I knew Neil has a skill set to, again, create order, where I have a skill set of being a visionary and those things, but it tends to create a lot of chaos. And so, like Neil said, he's going to kind of peek under the hood of some of the things he's done in the fight to bring some order. So if you've got a business that is borderline or full on chaotic, you're going to want to be in that room, because I think he's done a phenomenal job. And guys, it's tough. Like, I'll tell you right now, it's really tough when you're like, just anything goes in a company, and then you try to put the brakes on. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but go, let's create some order. And sometimes when you're creating order, it feels like you're not doing anything, and for some of us, that's really tough. So if you're like me, a lot of you are like me, it might help for you to be in the room to hear the perspective of somebody who's not like me in those ways, and how, Neil, you're the way I look at it, if you want to, if I want to strip down a piece of wood and restain it, I need to strip everything off, right? And stripping it off is the ugly, dirty work. It's messy. It takes longer than you want it to take, but you got to have a sound surface to then paint or whatever,
I still remember when I started this, in the first month, or even before I think I accepted, you said, "Oh, you're probably going to have to work hard for like 3 or 4 months and then it'll all be good."
Yeah, that's funny.
I knew better. I knew better.
All right, James Miller. So a lot of people think that our sales process, the Shin Fu, is all about selling a job over the phone, guys, and it's not. Only the pond guys do that, by the way. Mostly just the pond guys. Selling water features is the easiest thing in the planet to sell. Okay. Because you get a picture of a blank backyard and you go, where do you want the hole? And this is how much it costs. I'm obviously simplifying this and giving shit to my pond people. All right. But we understand that most trades are not that simple, right? And Neil's just cracking up. He's like, I can't believe you. But
No, I'm agreeing with you.
you're agreeing. Okay.
Somewhat.
I have a delay on
Yeah.
my screen over here, so I can't see you in real time. I can only see the
Yeah.
delay over here.
Yeah.
So James is a master at, to use your words, Neil, taking prospects off the street.
Yep.
Talk a little bit about what that means, because that's what James
Take
is
them
gonna
off the
do.
street. So yeah, they're out there shopping and you want them off the street in your store. And you don't want them going anywhere else. So selling designs is a great way to take them off the street, and then it becomes your job to lose.
Yep.
So yeah, James is going to show you how he does that. Gives you some tips, maybe some word tracks to use in the sales process of how you can, make that transition from trying to sell a full-on project to just taking that baby step of, hey, let's get the design going.
Mm-hmm.
And let's take them off the street.
There you go.
They stop shopping as soon as they give you money, even if it's only, a design retainer.
All right. Then at that same time as this session goes of breakouts,
Yes.
there's
We
an
have a fourth
invite-only
room.
session with our buddy
Yes.
Marcus Sheridan. He's coming back, and we got a couple cool things that he's going to be doing, and this is one of them. It's an interactive session. He's going to give his best tips for making videos that make you money, even if you're terrified of being on camera. In fact, I just had a call today with a group of business owners, and they were, bunch of them were like, how do you get over the fear of getting on camera and blah, blah, blah. So that's what this session is going to be.
Yep.
And it'll be invitation only. The details will be shared at the event to who gets into the room for that. And then after that, we got some lunch. And then we come back from lunch, and the Queen and I are going to share with you guys our thoughts on building a strong home and strong business. And we're going to dig into that and volley some things back and forth and probably make it a little bit interactive with the audience and some things like that, and have a good time, guys. But listen, all the success you want, I believe success is an inside out game. If you're not taking care of your mind and your body and your soul, and then your relationships and what's under your roof, and then the business in that order, I think you're setting yourself up for more headaches than you want. And I'm fired up about that one. She's probably going to share with everybody how psycho I am at times at home and things like that. And so I can't wait.
Probably. Yep. Yep.
And then Marcus jumps up, guys. And this is what I'm excited about here is when I talked to Marcus, I called him a month or two ago. And I said, we love you. I think I want you to come back. What do you got for us that that's going to be incredibly relevant? That's not the talk you did a couple years ago
that our audience hasn't seen before. Yeah.
And so, guys, if you remember his book, They Ask You Answer, and he talked about content and answering questions, all those different things that he's done, and they're in the book. That's what he presented on last time. Well, this time he's actually going to share how to use AI to implement all that shit way faster and more efficiently so that you can make money, win trust, and all those different things. And so he's going to go way deeper on how you can use this emerging technology to, yeah, go ahead.
Well, when I hear people are using AI to create content,
Mm-hmm.
I just, ooh, It
Yeah.
makes me nervous, makes me
Yep.
really nervous because I just picture people, cutting and pasting crap out of Chat GPT that
Mhm.
Google is just going to devalue and you know, uh, de de-rank you
Yep.
because you're putting out crap content. And I know Marcus is not doing that. I don't know how he's doing it and how he's using AI, but I know he is doing it in a way that Google is going to like. And so that's why I'm excited he's going to talk
Mhm.
about this, because I know I can trust him on what he's going to say about on this subject. Whereas others, not so sure.
Yeah, from personalized marketing to content ideation and production to customer service automation and data-driven decision making. Um, and what I love here, guys, is he's doing it in a way that doesn't eliminate the human element. I think automation is great. Neil, you're an automation king, right? With the
Hmm.
things that you do in our business here. Um, but guys, listen, I think as great as all the apps and automations and things like that are in the world, if you're not working hard to keep that human touch, that human element as a differentiator, you're going to struggle more than you need to. So, people do business with people. So,
Right.
then I'm going to close us out for the second day there, the final day of the final mile high. And I'm going to have some pretty good, powerful thoughts for you guys. And we're going to equip you to get out there and implement the things that you're learning and grow and scale your business in a way that your competitors aren't gonna.
Yep.
And then what I want to do here, guys, is I want to hop over to our VIPs, talk about that a bit here.
Yeah.
Neil, why'd we
What's
do
the
this?
difference?
It's a
Yeah.
day. It's a whole day. It's the Thursday. So, guys, the main event's Friday, Saturday, and the VIP day is Thursday.
Yes.
Why'd we do this?
Why do we do this? Well, because it's hopefully what you wanted. Not you, but
Yeah.
like the community wanted. This is what we hear every year when we do surveys is the talks are great, but I want to go deeper.
Mhm.
I like the inspiration, the motivation, but I want to get dirty. I want to work on something. I want to really walk away with something tangible. And that's where, this was born from, is really giving people a chance to dive in and actually do some work. We're actually work on, as it says here, actually work on the business, not just sit and listen to somebody show you some PowerPoints.
Yep.
We're actually gonna, we've asked each one of these speakers that are leading these workshops to make this interactive, give people time to work on things, give them some worksheets, some checklists. Let's actually roll up the sleeves and work on the business for 3.5 hours for each session. So it's going to be pretty meaty.
Yeah, you're going to have what do we have? 6 to choose from, right? So
You have 6 to choose from. We have 2 sessions. We have a morning and an afternoon, so you'll get one from each of those.
all right. So here's our morning session, guys. You got 3 to choose from in the morning, and if you're doing with a lot of our members who have already grabbed VIPs, is they're bringing their spouse or business partner. By the way, those tickets are half price for your spouse or
Correct.
business partner, and they're dividing and conquering. So they can hit 2 of the 3 in the morning and two of the 3 in the afternoon. Okay.
Yes.
We got building a world-class team with my buddy Nick Slavic. He runs about a 40 field employee painting company in Minnesota. I've watched him grow and scale his business and profits, and his approach to building a team and running multiple crews and getting people recruited and onboarded and training is second to none, you guys. He's an absolute beast at it, and he's going to dig deep with you there. What's that next one there, Neil? Systems. What's that about?
That is Liz. Liz is going to be talking about systems the easy way. She's got this process where I've had a couple conversations with Liz getting ready for this, and she has a process of asking questions for creating systems, which is something I haven't seen before. I thought it was really unique, and I thought it was super doable. I think a lot of us, when we think systems, we think flow charts, and I'm going to sit there and make a binder, and it's just, oh my God, I don't even know where to start. Where she has like I said, she's going to have some checklists, some sheets to hand out with questions to get you started, to just answer the question of how do we do this?
Hmm.
And how do we do this little thing? And how do we do this little thing? And before you know it, you're going to have a bunch of systems figured out that your employees are actually going to use, not just this binder that sits on a shelf. So I'm excited about this one because the number one thing people ask for in the contractor fight community is systems. So here you go. Hey, Matthew Tolman. Matthew says he can't make Mile High. He'd definitely be here. He's going to make the next one. Got some bad news, Matthew. This is the final Mile High. The last year we're doing this.
One,
so
brother.
hopefully you can figure out how to make it to this one.
Yep. So the next breakout in that session, a guy named John Jantz. Any of you old farts that are like our age, Neil, anyone ever heard of duct tape marketing? I can't see the chat, so I don't know, but go ahead, Neil, because you explained it the other day to somebody, and I thought the way you explained John was great.
Really? What did I say? I
don't
don't remember.
Or
But
maybe the email or the post you did or something. But
yeah. Oh yeah. When I posted about John. Oh yeah. John.
Man,
I saw John in a live event. God, it's got to be pushing 20 years ago now. And was super impressed with what he was doing. When iPhones came out in 2000, and I think I got my first one in 2007, right after it came out, John had one of the very first podcasts. And I used to listen to the Duct Tape Marketing podcast. So I've been a John Jantz fan. I've met him a couple times at different events.
Yep.
I think he's, he's our kind of person. And he is tailor-made for the fight community. So he's done a lot with construction companies over the years. He knows how to market what we do. And he's going to help, especially those that have never done a marketing plan or don't have a marketing strategy. He's going to walk you through how to build one. You're actually going to build one with him there in the room on Thursday morning.
And guys, here's the cool thing, in case you haven't noticed, if you're looking at the screen, under each one of these workshops, it's got a best for and a not for. Okay. So, you can read those. And so like John's here is it's best for anyone who has little or no experience creating a marketing plan. It's not for businesses that are generating consistent, high quality leads. You don't need to be in the room if you already got that figured out. Right. So, and that's how each one of these sessions is going.
Yeah, so hopefully we can help you make a decision on which one.
Yep. Yeah. Then our next round here, I'll take the first two. You could take the last one. How's that?
Sure.
So Steve Shinholzer, the one who the Shin Fu sales process is named after. Steve has been a client of mine. He's been a mentor. He's an amazing friend, business partner, all these different things. He's now retired. We bring him out of the retirement bullpen every now and then to do something cool.
Out of the bunker.
Out of the bunker. And we're like, and not the Mark bunker, by the way. But guys, this
bunker.
Steve is going to break down the Shin Fu sales process at the most ridiculously simple level it'll ever be communicated. In fact, he's going to go OG on this, or old school on this, when him and I started doing sales training, probably 2014, 15, whatever it was, when we were doing them together. He's actually going to take one of our first workshop type presentation things, put some steroids into it and bring it to you guys for 3.5 hours, where he's going to break down the mindset behind it, all the philosophies. You're going to do some role plays and some hot seats and things like that. That's how you get better. And I can't wait I'm actually bummed that I'm going up against him in that time frame, because I would like to be in the room, because it's just, he's that good, guys. You will be entertained. Your heart will be moved to take action, and he is going to equip your ass to make a shit ton more money. I promise you that. If you're in the room, you take notes, you take what he says to heart, and you implement it, and you role play, and you practice, and you plant your flag on this. I promise you, you will be very grateful that you're in the room. And again, and there's who's it for, who's it not for. So anybody in our community that's consistently closing high value sales and is a brown, purple, or black belt in our community, you don't need to be in the room. Anyone under those belts, get your ass in the room. All right. Then this guy, I'm actually doing a workshop. Yeah, look at that. Guys, I'm going to be talking about some strategies for rapid profit growth. It does, again, profit growth. It does you no good to add $1 million in revenue to your company if you're only adding 50 grand to the bottom line. Okay. I mean, that's just, there's a lot of other things you could do to add 50 grand without all the problems of adding $1 million in revenue. You know what I'm saying? And so we're going to dig into the power in investing in your people. I'm going to dig into when and how to know you're really ready for growth. Okay. A lot of people think they need to hire a certain position when they don't. Identifying your leadership style is going to be a big part of this. We all have a leadership style, guys, and sometimes your style might need to be tweaked a little bit to get the results that you want. And then we're going to also talk about different speeds of company growth. You know, I don't know about you guys, but I'll just speak for me. And going into 2024, this was such a problem. Here, I'm going to be vulnerable and own my shit. Okay. Neil doesn't know what's coming, but it's okay. I promise.
All right.
Guys, social media can really screw up your mindset if you're not careful, because every time you open your phone, right, you're seeing somebody who's appears to be doing better than you, right? And what's important is that you focus on you and your game and focus on your goals and don't worry about everyone else. And so going into 2024, Neil actually said to me, he goes, you know what, 2024, I don't want to hear. What's that, Neil? What'd you tell me? Do you remember?
Oh, I don't remember exactly how I phrased it, but I said I didn't want to hear any more of this comparison bullshit.
Yeah. I don't want, because I do it. I think we all do it to some degree. You know, you're flipping through your phone.
I said I was not going to enable you anymore. I believe in your misery of comparison. Yes, because
again, based on certain wirings, growing our company and our profits in the fight can't happen fast enough. Okay, like it's just yesterday is the best time for anything to happen that I've decided to do, and so. That's why I'm going to talk also about having the realistic mindset around different speeds and approaches to company growth, okay, as the leader, because how we show up, guys, puts pressure on people, communicates certain things, and it's not always the thing that you want communicated, okay? In fact, there's probably times in the fight where if you were to pull our employees and go, is Tom happy with the progress of the company? They'd probably all say no. Okay. And that sometimes is the message that comes across, and it's rarely ever intended that way. So anyway, a little more than you wanted there. Neil, who's Patrick? What's he doing?
Patrick. All right. Before I get to Patrick, Craig Garrison, you said, why is this the last mile hike? Go back and watch this video. We go watch the beginning of this video when it goes live, or gets published. We talked about that back there. So we won't get into that again, but just so you know. We did cover that. Anyway, Patrick, who is Patrick? So every year I have what I call kind of my dark horse, the Neil speaker.
Yep.
That I either just don't tell Tom about, or I sneak in, or whatever. Last year it was Dan Miller. I think I did pretty damn good.
You did pretty damn good.
Dan Miller.
A lot of lives with that one.
Yeah. So that was my dark horse speaker that, I saw Dan do a talk, and like, as soon as it was over, I'm up there. Give me a card. Do you do speaking? And yeah, and it was the same with Patrick. So I saw Patrick. He's kind of my dark horse this year, but I think he is super relevant for a lot of guys, a lot of people here in the fight who are thinking about selling their business someday. And I just realized as I'm reading this, best for business owners who are thinking about selling or leaving the business to their kids, could be misinterpreted. We're going to need to fix that, because it's not just about leaving it to your kids. I mean, it's about selling or leaving it to your kids.
Yes.
So Patrick's going to help you figure out, what's important to a buyer. What is a buyer looking for if they're buying a business? And right now, I've had several conversations in the last few months with people who are actively trying to buy up construction companies. It
Mhm.
is the hot thing right now
It
for
is.
some reason. Well, I know why, but it's a hot thing right now. They're going out there, they are buying up, especially like HVAC, plumbing, electrical companies, things that they can easily reproduce, roofing, any of those kind of services. But I have seen it with GCs as well, but they're out there actively buying up these companies right now. And so he's going to tell you why. What are they looking for?
Mm.
Why would they pay more for your company versus the company down the street? And what can you do to get you there? And then the interactive part of this, he's going to bring your laptop because you're going to need it, because you're going to do an interactive quiz where he's going to walk you through, I think it's I can't remember, 7 areas of your business, I
Yeah,
believe.
I think it's 7 areas.
And
Yep.
then you're going to grade yourself on those 7, and it's going to give you a report of this is what you need to do to make your business more saleable. Like these are the big red flags that a buyer would see.
Mhm.
And at the same time, if you want to do more of a legacy play where you're leaving it to your kids or selling it to your kids or selling it to your employees, he's going to talk about that as well because they have different concerns and different needs. So he's going to help you either way. And also, he's going to help you value your business. So there'll be another interactive thing where you can put a number to what the company would be worth.
And you know what's gonna happen during that valuing part, Neil? A lot of people are gonna be disappointed.
Yes. Yeah.
'Cause we all think our baby's worth more than it is, right? So,
Yep.
um,
Just
but
like selling your house.
yeah, but Patrick will get you squared away. You'll know what to work on and what to focus on so that even if you don't want to sell your business, right? But it'd be nice to have the option. It'd be nice to have the choice. It'd be nice, who was it years ago that said you should build a business for one of two reasons, to sell it or franchise it?
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, even if you don't, even if you want to keep it, but you want to do other things and you want to make it more self-sustaining. I
yep.
mean, all the things he talks about is really about taking you out of the business. So, um, and just building a stronger business.
All right. What do we got here?
What do we got here? We got a schedule for VIPs. So VIPs, we're kicking off Wednesday night, a full
Ooh,
24 hours earlier than everybody else. And we're hitting the town, downtown Denver. We're getting out of the hotel, although we just got there on Wednesday, but we're going to get out. We found a cool bar down the street. We're going to take it over. I think we've got the half or the whole thing or something. We've got a good chunk of that place
yep. I know it
reserved.
well.
We're going to have some food. We're going to have some drinks. Again, wrapping up about 8 o'clock. If you want to go out and have a heavy dinner, that's going to be like light food and drinks. But
Yep.
you want to go hit the town then afterwards, you can do that. But we're going to be back together 7 o'clock Thursday morning where we're going to be checking in, getting your badges and everything. We're going to have breakfast. So again, I said VIPs this year, you guys are getting breakfast. That's different than in years past. And then we're kicking off the workshops at 8:30 in the morning. So Tom, we just went through those sessions that you had to choose from the morning. And then you're going to go for 3.5 hours there, 4 hours there. And then we're going to do lunch. And then we're coming back for the afternoon sessions. So, and then when the afternoon sessions are over, we're going to go upstairs where we're going to have the welcome reception where all the other attendees are going to be showing up then. They're going to start checking in, and that's going to be the main floor for the event. So the VIP day is going to be down a floor. But we have plenty of floors to choose from because we're at the beautiful Hyatt Regency, downtown Denver, Colorado.
That's right.
Got my sexy DJ going.
You did your little late night DJ.
Yeah. No, it's a cool property. And again, it's right in the middle of a lot of stuff as opposed to years past where we've had to do a lot of walking or Ubering to get anywhere.
So we've stayed at this hotel many times with the Queen and her horse show world. We've stayed there, and then we've stayed here in one of our daughters was a ballerina and would have events and things like that in the city. And so we were always here, and So I think it's going to be a great place. There's access to a lot of things around, like Neil shared. The first year we did Mile High, you would have walked like a mile and a half to get to a Chick-fil-A.
we were timing out. Well, that first year we did Mile High, it was post, right on the heels of COVID.
Yep.
We were the first event back at the hotels after COVID.
Yep.
They had no employees, so they couldn't do lunch for us. It just physically was impossible. There was no way they could put out lunch for 300, 400 people. So I remember that first year we were using Google Maps to try to figure out how many tenths of a mile it was to all the different restaurants and how many minutes it would take you to walk there so that we could try to give everybody a place to go eat lunch. And don't miss that. But look, we even have a map this year.
Got a map?
This is pretty cool.
Look at that.
Lindsay and team have done amazing
I haven't
things
even
this year.
seen this. I never even clicked this page. So workshops are here. The other rooms. Yep. Look at this.
Yep. That's the lower level. And then we've got the 3rd and 4th floor, or a good chunk of the 3rd and 4th floor at the Hyatt. And all the VIP workshops are on the lower level. VIP breakfast and is on the lower level. Lunch will be on the lower level. And then upstairs, we've got a ginormous ballroom this year. We've got expanded room for vendors this year. It's just a much bigger facility than we've had in the past.
There you go.
And then we've got plenty of FAQs for you as well to check out there too.
Good stuff. Guys, high energy event, a lot of depth, amazing relationships, a lot of good things going. And I can't wait to hang out with you guys and bring the very best that we have to you. Let me go ahead and stop sharing my screen here.
Yeah.
And see if we got any questions.
And currently, VIP tickets on sale right now.
Right now.
We've opened those up to everyone as of yesterday. And we've got a little less than 40 left now, I believe, at this point.
Yep.
As of a couple hours ago. So they are.
Yeah, there were 200 going out the door. We're under 40 right now. So.
Yeah, we had 200. We have room for 200 VIPs. And we're under 40 at this point. So I don't think they're going to hold out for much longer. So if you're looking to get a VIP ticket, it definitely won't make. I don't even announce what the full price would be because I know we're not even going to make it to that. So It's only early bird for VIPs. They're going to be gone. Then we're going to open up standard tickets here in a couple weeks. I think that's on the 15th, 16th, something like that. We're going to open up standard tickets. So right now we're only selling VIP tickets. So you need to grab yours while you can. That's something I wanted to talk about. I had some people questioning. I've gotten the question a couple times about the VIP and about the sessions. Are we going to register for which session we want to go to? So do I have to pick that I want to go see Tom in the afternoon? No. We're going to do that on site. It's going to be first come, first serve, but don't panic because we have way oversized the rooms. So hopefully there won't be an issue. We're only selling 200 VIP tickets, but each of the 3 rooms holds 100 people. So I got seating for 300. We're only going to have 200. So unless, more than half of you want to go to one session, that shouldn't be an issue. And even if you do, we'll grab some chairs, we'll grab some tables. We'll probably piss off some hotel staff, but we'll figure it out.
That's all right.
Yeah,
that's all right. All right, guys. Any questions before we wrap up? Any questions? If you're catching the replay of this and you have questions, just if it's Facebook or LinkedIn or whatever, just tag the fight or me or something, and I'll do what I can to answer a question. If it's YouTube, just ask the question. I'll scroll through there, here and there and see if there's anything I can answer for you guys. Super excited, guys, to put this on. Even though it's the last one, it is a bittersweet thing, but I'm excited because I think, I know I have all the confidence in the world that this is going to be the best event that we've ever done. I think you know, you want to go out with your very best effort of something. And I think everybody on the team understands that and knows that and understands the pressure of it. And, you know, to us, it's like a game 7 do or die type situation, you know? And, when I say the team has been working their tails off, you guys, I mean, Neil, we started this, January, working on shit, if not
We started
sooner.
this before the last one happened.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause we reserved the hotel and all that.
We're doing hotel selection, you know, last summer, trying to find a place for this year's event. But yeah, literally the week after, I gave everybody a week to like,
yeah.
And then we just went right into post-mortem on the event, what worked, what didn't work, meetings, and we were doing surveys with you guys to see what you liked, didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
And we took all that, you know, our own thoughts, your thoughts, and started figuring out what are we going to do next year.
Yep. Lee always says it's like the Rose Parade. You know, the parade gets done and the next day they start building the floats for next year.
Right.
So,
right.
Well, good stuff, you guys. I dropped the link in there earlier, milehighprofitsummit.com. Check it out. If you have questions, email helpthecontractorfight.com or, you know, tag somebody in the one of the groups or whatever.
One of the posts. Yep.
Yeah. And we'll do what we can to help you. I appreciate you guys being here. And Neil, thanks for carving this out last minute as well.
Yep. Thank you.
And you guys have an awesome weekend. Have a great Easter. Appreciate you all. And we'll see you guys in September.
See ya.